Hi everyone, it's Nikolai here. It's IFX Expo in Limassol, Cyprus. It's day 2. I'm here with the team from Invast Global. Guys, thanks for taking the time for speaking with me today. It's day 2. I guess my first question to all of you is, what are your impressions so far of the show as compared to the other events where we normally meet up?
Thanks for having us, Nikolai. The event's been fantastic so far. I mean, this is actually the second time that I've been to the Cyprus Expo ever in my life, and I have to say that we've completely packed out one of the biggest stadiums in all of Limassol very easily. And yeah, it's just great to be back seeing clients and new prospects.
I think it's been really good to see the emergence again after COVID. You know, obviously it was a tough couple of years. Getting out, seeing people face to face is really valuable, and it's been really enjoyable actually, to be honest. You know, just seeing some faces that we haven't seen for a couple of years now, other than over Zoom. So it's good to get back. There's a great quality of attendee here. We've got a lot of great clients, a lot of great vendors here as well. Yeah, it's been nice to be here.
So I think congratulations are due all around. I think several of you have been recently promoted. James, I wanted to ask you, with Riana's new role, we know that our industry has been male-dominated for many years. What does this mean for Invast Global, and do you think that our industry is changing in a way in terms of being a lot more inclusive of females in our industry?
Yes, I do. I think that, you know, firstly for Invast, the appointment of Riana as CEO of our EMEA region is a huge step forward. I've personally known Riana for a number of years now and have been consistently impressed with the quality of, you know, her presence in the market, her intellect, the way she's regarded by her peers. I think she's one of the best regarded people in the Cyprus brokerage industry, if I may say so. We're incredibly lucky to have her. And I do think that having strong, you know, well-regarded, well-respected people such as Riana in these senior leadership roles is going to set an example. It's going to continue to take forward the momentum that we're seeing in finance, which does include greater diversity across, you know, both gender and, you know, other, you know, diversity lines as well. It's important. It's not happening fast enough, but I think, you know, appointments like this, obviously it sets the right example. You know, the challenge is to continue taking that forward, not just here but around the world with other hires in all of our departments. You know, we're very happy to have appointed our first Ukrainian colleague in our Sydney office just last week. We hired a senior legal counsel down in Sydney, Australia last week from the Ukraine. So, you know, these sorts of diversity measures are something that we're actually really proud of, and I think they're important for the industry, but we're also just damn lucky to have Riana.
That sounds great. And so, Riana, in your new role and with your sort of responsibilities in the EMEA region, I'm wondering, can you tell us a little bit about kind of what the client experience is here in Europe, and kind of what are the institutional clients that you work with looking for these days, considering the volatility in the market, considering what's been happening with the crypto markets and really everything else?
First of all, thank you. Thank all of you for your kind words. And I'm very happy to join the team and on that role as well. I don't know about diversity or not. What I want to feel like is I am the right person for the right spot. If I happen to be a woman, well, yeah, why not? That's a plus. So yeah, right now we have a service office here. So we've been servicing clients of the region for a while now, for many years, through Asia, through Australia. So now it makes sense that we start, you know, expanding the support closer to home, let's say. And it's a good thing because we're also, most of us are local, so, you know, it's a language barrier sometimes. We can offer that as well. There's some things that we're slowly starting to be able to offer in the region as well. For example, here, negative bounce prediction, it's a thing that it's not anywhere else, and now we can offer that as well. There's things like best execution that we are very proud that we can offer, and we've been quite successful in doing so, to be honest. So it's that, all of that Invast can offer in the region. Yeah.
And I guess my next question, Lochlan, is to you. In terms of EMEA also, what kind of prime services do you guys offer in here?
Sure. Thanks. So in terms of prime services that we offer specifically that maybe apply to, I guess, clients within the region, Negative balance protection, as Riana just said, is critical. It's something that we've really only just launched at the beginning of this year, and we've already had a massive uptick of interest in clients. So that's been something that we really did need to launch.
Do you think crypto is just a trend and a fab? I mean, this question has been raised over the years many times, but especially given today's market situation, what do you think?
It's a good question. Do I think crypto is a fad? No, I think it's going to be with us for quite some time. I think crypto is going to evolve immensely in the coming years as regulations globally start to catch up. You know, we talk about crypto being decentralized. How do you regulate something that's decentralized? Well, for me personally, that question is when the regulators in various regions, particularly the US and Europe, continue to implement and evolve regulation that touches their specific markets, the question for me is what is left in the decentralized world? You know, clients from those particular regions, traders, investors from those specific regions should fall under those regulatory remits, at least according to the regulators. And as they do, and as these larger regions start to regulate more, the question for me is what's really left outside of that regulatory space. And I think for us, Invast as a company, we don't do crypto in any way, shape or form right now. In the future, as regulations evolve, as markets evolve, that position might change. What really does excite us about the digital asset space more broadly is the future opportunities for things like tokenization of real-world assets. So, for example, I was talking on a panel just the other day about the JP Morgan digital asset unit called Onyx. Now, this is a team who is specifically dedicated to the tokenization of illiquid real-world assets, illiquid money market funds, certain illiquid securities, any instrument out there that exists today in the real world, the fiat world I should say, which has a long settlement cycle or where title transfer is challenging. Tokenization can play a huge role there in increasing efficiency and increasing speeds with which these assets can be transacted and settled. And I think for us, there is a huge future opportunity for that. And that's something that I think we're very excited by and actively engaging with right now, even if it's not focusing on the coins themselves.
Great. Thank you for that honest opinion. Riana, I wanted to turn to you. So in your experience specifically working with clients in the EMEA region, considering the needs of brokers today from a technology perspective, from a pricing perspective, like Lochlan said, data, latency, and all of these things, specifically for Europe and Middle East, what are like the main concerns that your clients are sort of voicing you today?
So first of all, there's some things that I think they're universal, not only for the region, like for example, pricing, stability, transparency is something that we do very well and we get, I think it distinguishes us amongst others. But as I mentioned before, for the region, negative balance protection, it is important. Best execution, it is important. Slippage and all that, there's things that they need to report, things that measure, and there are things that they can rely upon us for, and it's been a great success.
Follow-up question on best execution. Do you guys have like a system or some sort of like real-time analysis that brokers can use to essentially kind of find and I don't want to say nitpick, but like they can basically find and see sort of where improvements can be made? I'm not sure. Lochlan, yeah, you'll take this one?
Take it then. I might take that to start off and then pass over to you. We do have our own systems, but to be honest, I hope that our clients have these systems more so, because quite frankly, I would love for every single broker that's attending here all around the world to be doing this sort of analysis, even if it's not a legal or mandatory or regulatory requirement whatsoever. Not just for looking after their clients, that's an obvious thing, clients come first, but to ensure that they're not being had over or being gamed from their LPs, their liquidity providers. There's been a few different developments from a few different technology vendors that are actually here today with real-time data analytics that focus on best execution, that focus on cost dollars per million of slippage, rejection rates, fill ratios, the execution duration, and those sorts of pieces of data or those metrics are nowadays very easy to capture in real time and present and run reporting off. We would highly encourage every single retail broker to be running this and holding their liquidity providers accountable. There's a big difference from what we've seen from other competitors between the spread that they're showing on screen and the effective spread. There's a very big difference, and all that we hope for, being focused on best execution and an LP that really focuses on the entire trade cycle, is that these retail brokers are focusing on this as well.
It's obviously a regulatory requirement in ESMA under best execution, and that's, I guess, the starting point. But looking beyond just the regulation, we should all be trying to achieve the best possible outcomes. And sometimes that does take diving right into the data, but the technology that's available makes that much quicker, much faster to do than it's ever been. So really, it's only going to come increasingly to the fore of conversations, I would think, and hope, because the more we talk about it, the better outcome we actually achieve collectively as an industry for our traders and investors.
Great. Lady and gentlemen, congratulations to both of you once again, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me and sharing your insights today. I'm really glad that I got a chance to see you guys here, and good luck the rest of the way, and I hope to see you guys at the next event. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheers.